you guys could ride with me as I take my trip out to LA. We live, man. I hope you guys are having a phenomenal time, man. Gotta give thanks to the ancestors. Gotta give thanks to the creators. Gotta give thanks to everybody. Gotta give thanks. That's one thing that we need to start doing is start giving thanks. And just be grateful for the things that we have, you know what I'm saying? Which is breath, which is speech, which is talk, walk, you know what I'm saying? We have all of these things in the midst of our hands. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be grateful for that, man. And the reason why I'm saying that is, another funeral I had to attend. Um, my grandmother from my mother's side, my aunt's mother, passed away. She lived to be 90, I think 94. Not too bad. You know what I'm saying, she was in ICU in the hospital. She ended up going home. I guess she didn't want to die in the hands or in the care of the hospital. She made it out of ICU. She was able to go home where she passed away in her sleep. I know my aunt going through it. I didn't reach out to her because, you know, I know how that, I could just imagine how that feels. You know what I mean? Times like that, you speak to my moms or whatnot. I'm gonna be there Saturday, but you get a different perspective and a different understanding of life, and how you don't take things for granted and how you don't abandon, your family when you lose somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's like you really gotta, we as people really gotta understand that your number can be called any given day, man. Today could be a number, tomorrow could be a number. You know what I'm saying? Any day could be a number. You feel me? But you want to be there, and you want to not just be there, but have a relationship, like have things to remember. And this is even something for me. Even with my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my brothers, as we got older, we haven't been as close. You know what I'm saying? We all got different adventures. You know what I'm saying? Both my brothers on some entrepreneur. Me, I'm more of being a family man. You know what I'm saying? Having children and going through the life of being a father. You know what I'm saying? My brothers don't have that. My brothers, you know what I'm saying? My brothers is just bachelors. You know what I'm saying? And we just go our ways. But at the same token, we still gotta stay consistent, stay committed, and have a rapport with each other because things like this could just come out of nowhere. And one of my brothers, he's not even in New York. You feel me? So, those things right there, that alone, just just a reminder, like we gotta really start loving each other and and like I said, Semba conversation. We don't do the Semba conversation. The verdict, facts over beliefs. Though that's gonna be on the it won't be on Saturday, so I will push it to Sunday. In fact, I'm thinking about having the verdict on Sundays moving forward. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's still up in the air. You know what I mean? It's still up in the air. I've I've come to the understanding through studies that this so-called seventh day, the Sabbath day, is a worship to Saturn and Venus and Zeus and all of these people where they implemented this. I gotta tell you guys all the time, man. Some of you guys are just very, hard headed and just hard to believe because it's coming from me. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from somebody that you can relate to. It's coming from the ones that society gives an image like they don't know it all. It's coming from us. And that's intentional. You know what I'm saying? I tell you guys this all the time. Whatever society display to you guys as individuals to bring forth truth, the creators is gonna give you the total opposite. You know what I'm saying? Just how it is. So a lot of you guys, when you hear it coming from me, it's just a hard pill to digest. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You guys can't digest it because it's coming from me. But in all reality, all jokes aside, all feelings, like I said, it's facts over feelings. All jokes aside, all of these things, like I told you, all these things that we are absorbed to. These things is not our custom, it's not our culture, it's not who we are. All of it, everything that you have been told has been lies. Something as powerful as that should not be brought to the people from an outside source. You have to make that make sense. It's supposed to be the outside. It's supposed to be the inside source reaching out to the outside source and gathering the brothers and sisters back to the place. It's not going like that. People not paying attention. Read your biblos and you will see that. If you want to go according to the biblos, read the biblos. Read the biblos. You will see it firsthand that the gathering will start from home first. It will start from Judah first, right? That's what it says, Judah first, right? Then make his way, then it branch its way out to everybody else. It's not the outside, it's not the outskirts, it's not Jamaica, it's not Haiti, it's not North America. These are not the ones that's gonna bring forth. These are not the people that's gonna bring forth the truth to you. The truth is gonna come from the land itself, the land itself. But people in the land does not know such things. And if people in the land does not know such things, and I'm talking about know it, right? You have particular group of people that do follow the way of the big blows because of the colonization, because of the enforcement by these Jewish powers. Yes, you're going to have that. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not going to be that. But in reality, listen to what I'm saying, people. In reality, that's not us. It's not. Outside of biblical scholars and readers, no story of the Biblos is reference and remembrance to anybody. Trust me, somebody as powerful, the way the Bible talks about the God of the Bible, if it's that person was that powerful, trust me, everybody would know, but not everybody knows. So that alone lets me know. Even when you read the book of Exodus, when God said that He was going to start a whole new set of people with Moses. But if you was to do that, the entire nations will know that killed, you took us out of Egypt to destroy us, right? So that means everybody knew about such beings, but nobody understands the story. Now, am I saying the created names is not valid? I'm not saying. I'm saying African names, all of that, yeah, that's one with us. That's a fact. But the story that's being told in the Biblos is the lie. It's a lie. All of it. No ifs, no buts, no in betweens. These are lies. These are facts. I know it's something that you people can't process because a lot of you guys come from this Hebrew stuff. A lot of you guys come from the Hebrew stuff. A lot of you guys come from the Christian. A lot of you guys come from 7 Day Adventists. A lot of you guys come from that foundation. So living a life where the one book that you spent your entire life, your mother probably put you into religious schools. You probably done got your confirmation, communion, baptism. Some of these dudes been baptized 5, 6 times. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how devoted and committed they are to the word. But I'm telling you, the word is not our story. It's not. It's not. And I'm seeing, and listen, if you're thinking that I'm lying, I'm seeing the numbers, man. I'm seeing the numbers. People. It's just not adding up. It's a regurgitated story. It's going over and over and over again, right? It's the same clip. It's the same hope. It's the same assumptions. It's the same assertions. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And people is waking up to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing the numbers. I'm seeing it. And all I could do is say, look. Like I said, eventually, brothers and sisters is gonna be on the type of time that I'm on. They're gonna look for the warriors. You know what I'm saying? I just got to do more work as far as putting myself out there, be more involved with the community. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you a father, you taking care of your children. You know what I'm saying? And you doing that, and you trying to, you know what I mean? You trying to secure the funds to keep everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? My children, the whiz, keep the house in order. You know what I'm saying? Priorities first. You know what I'm saying? But my people, you guys are my priority as well. You know what I mean? No excuses. You are my priority. But I gotta clean up home first, right? They said take care of home first. You can't change the world if you ain't change your home. So I'm fixing up my home, I'm making sure everything is in order, then I'm gonna go right back to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it 180%. You understand? But people are waking up. People are waking up. People is coming to the realization that the story that's being told to us is just not what it is. It's not. It's a regurgitated story, and the creators is not going to allow that to continue. The creators are not doing that. The creators only keep these things active because the name needed to be brought up again. The name needed to be brought up again. The name needed to be brought up again. This is facts. The name needed to be brought up again. But the ideology that's associated with the name is incorrect. The ideology associated with the name is incorrect. This is facts. You know what I'm saying? The ideology associated with the name is incorrect. Incorrect. And you guys will start to see that as you start doing your studies, as you when you stop allowing people to feed you a story without you doing your homework. You got to do your due diligence as well, right? If you tell me the cat is in a hat, right? My job is to find out how he got into that hat. That's just common sense. It's not for you to tell me the cat is in the hat and then give me a nursery rhyme to make me come back. You see, I could do that too, but that's not conducive. That's not building me up. That's keeping me in a state of possibilities and hope. We can live our lives on hope. Society doesn't even allow it to be on hope. Go ahead and hope to get a job and see how far you get. Go ahead and hope to make some money and see how far you get. Go ahead and hope to get a girl. Go ahead and hope to get a wife. Go ahead and hope for these things. Live your life through hope. Hope, hope, hope. Have faith. Just believe and see where it goes. Then your own biblos tell you gotta work. The biblos tell you gotta work. Noah had to work. And I'm using the biblos because I gotta meet you where you at. It's about work. Nothing has to do with faith. Nothing is coming to redeem you. Noah let it be known. He had to work. He had to get his P's and Q's together. He had to work. Everything is about work. So work, 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 work. You gotta work, 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 work. It's about work. You want freedom? You gotta work for that. You want free? Think about this. I want you guys to really process this for a little bit. Ask yourself this question: how are we going to be redeemed, going to be helped, going to be saved when we can't even come together and reason for the most simplest things? How can we come together? Who's coming to save us? How are we going to be saved? How are we going to be saved where we are able to function right now without no adversity, no situation, and we can't even come together and reason for the most simplest things? How can that? You have to explain that. You have to explain that. How? How can this phenomenon take place? When the most minute thing, the most littlest thing, the most subtlest thing, we can't even come to agreement with. Because when you under a religious doctrine, bro, you will really believe the foundation of such religion and ideology. Oh, oh, no, the brother Junior, man, brother Junior, he done jumped off the cliff, man. He's saying the Bible is not the way. Oh man, I pray for the brother. I pray for the brother. It's not about praying for me, fam. It's not about praying for me. You gotta pray for yourself. Matter of fact, don't even pray for yourself. You gotta remove these things from you. We don't pray. We give praise. We didn't know what pray was. That came with religion. The three major religions instruct everybody to pray. Islam, Judaism, and Christianity requires you to pray. That's not of our culture. Sorry. And we have to come to the understanding that that's not our culture. We give praise. We chant. We do rituals. Go look up African history. Ain't nobody was on their knees and praying. Everybody was dancing. We was meant to have a good time. We was meant to be joyous. We was meant to be happy. We was meant to be loving. We was meant to be caring. When somebody is sick, we didn't pray. We did chants. We reached out to the ancestors. We put the herbs. We put the medicine. We put the potion on the person, and the person was healed. It was healed. These are the things that we was doing, guys. We wasn't doing no such thing as, oh, pray for the brother, pray. That came along, that came down with religion, bro. This is facts. This came down with religion, family. This came down with religion, fam. We gotta realize that. It came with religion. Our mindset, the way that we talk, the way that we operate is under the guidelines of religion. You have to break free from that chain. You wanna elevate? You wanna elevate? You wanna fix your community. You wanna restore order. You gotta remove yourself from the number one problem. The number one problem is the ideologies that came along with these people's religion. You gotta remove it. You gotta break the chain. You're not going to hell. All of these things is mystical stories. These things are not factual. These things are not factual. Who gives you a justification about hell? These things was, remember when the book of Ezra came out. They had to give you a revised version of Second Ezra, and the revised version. Oh, the 10 missing pages. Come on, these things is created, so they got to put it in there. So when the Apocrypha gets republished, they got something for the people to read and be under their control. It's all about control. Look at the state. Look, and think about this. The way that hell is, the way that the hell is spoken of, and the way that it is. If it was such things, the way that it's saying within those books, that is really like that. You think brothers and sisters, you think these niggas that's running the world, you think they would live this type of life? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Who wants to be in a place of torment for eternity? Who would want that? Think about that, people. Who would want that? There's not a single person. There's not a single person on the face of this earth will want that. I don't care how powerful you are. I don't care none of that. Nobody's looking forward for no foolishness like that. Nobody. Who would want that? So then again, you got to ask yourself that question. Where does this ideology come from? This is called fear tactics. Remember, religion was forced upon people through fear. It wasn't given to you by God. I feel like we as individuals, we overlook that. We overlook that, and we fall for this Hebrew nonsense and say, yeah, man, we was Hebrews, but they gave us Christianity. I think all of these things is the same thing. All of it, Christianity, Hebrew, all of these things fall into the same guidelines, man. It falls under the same guidelines. Nothing changes from each other. Everyone takes bits and pieces from each other. Jesus was teaching what? Hebrew, right? Paul is teaching what? Christianity, right? All of them is following the foundation of Abram, right? It's the same script, it's the same story, and all of them teaches fear mongering. This is what they do. God's got to understand that. God's got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And I say these, and I'm saying this thing from a brother's perspective. I'm saying this from doing studies. I'm saying this from doing reading. I'm saying this from doing excessive, in-depth, eternal research, bro. I'm not saying this from an ignorant standpoint. I'm gonna bring forth and tell you where this hell story come from. This hell story is not. It does not come from. It does not come from African culture. All through historical texts and evidence, prior to the Greek invasion, Roman invasion in Africa. And when I say Roman invasion, I'm talking about the Biblos and everything that came along with it. Our people did not know anything about hell. We didn't know nothing about that. The underworld that they tell us, the underworld that they tell us is evil and wicked. The underworld that you do when you do your studies, it's a place of rest. They even in their own book they contradict themselves. When Samuel died and Saul went looking for him, where do you think Samuel was? Samuel was in a place of rest, right? He was resting, right? And then he was risen up, and he was like, "Yo, why did you do that? What's wrong with you? Where you think? Like, come on, son, come on, man. You don't even hear the mention of hell in the Old Testament not one time, bro. You can go ahead and go Google and go into your Bible, whether you got a computer, go into the search, type in the word hell, and tell me how many times does this joint pop up? Tell me how many times that joint pop up. You're gonna see that joint pops up zero, zero, not once, not twice, but zero, zero. You know what I'm saying? Zero times, man. You gotta come to that. You gotta come into that understanding, to that realization. It's zero, bro. Zero. None of it adds up. Okay. The concept and the story of hell comes from it comes from Jesus and Paul telling you that if you are in this space, you will never inherit the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God is here. And the same thing that Paul told you not to do, and if you do it, you won't receive the kingdom. It's the same thing that these people are doing to you. The same thing these people are doing to your land. The same thing. This is what you call psychological warfare. You're being psychologically attacked. You're being spiritually attacked. You're being spiritually attacked, and then you're being attacked into believing a story that you thinking and it's about you. It's not about you. It's not about us. It's not about our people. It's not about our family. It's not about loved ones. It's about murdering, destruction, destroying. You know how much of our people done got killed? You know how much of our people done got lynched? If you want to go according to the Bible, the Bible done allow so much genocide to happen upon black people. If you're saying the Bible is a black story, think about that, people. Listen carefully. If you're saying the Bible is a black story, it's a whole lot of genocide happening to black people. If you're saying the Bible is about black people, it's a whole lot of genocide happening to black people. A whole lot of justified genocide happening to black people. Yeah, that's a problem, guys. That's not something. That's not something to take lightly. That's not something to overlook. That's not something to put in the back burner. You really got to process that. You really got to process that. You really got to process how does, according to what we're being told, that Noah had two sons. You know what I'm saying? Shem and Japheth, and then God allowed Japheth's children to be annihilated. Isn't that his children? Isn't that his blessed children? And what they're less of they're less of a person because they didn't follow the commandments. Didn't the commandments come unto Israel, a particular group. So you already chose who you wanted to choose. You already chose who you want to learn your words. So why the other people gotta die of your words, of your expense? You the one that chose them. You could have said all of you guys need to come worship me. You didn't do that. You took a particular group of people. So because of your choice, you decided to prove a point by murdering innocent African uh, um Japheth children. Innocent, bro. Now you gotta put yourself in those circumstances. Can you imagine you being a newlywed, a new mom? You don't know nothing about what's going on between the Pharaoh, Moses, and God. And you go to bed after feeding your child. You go to bed to wake up to find out that your child is dead. And everybody that don't know what's going on with the Pharaoh, Moses, and God comes out to find their firstborn, newborn babies, 2-year-old, 1-year-old child dead. How would you feel? How would you feel? There's some of you guys that's only got one child. Some of you guys got one child. How would you feel if you went to bed, you ain't got nothing to do with nothing, and you wake up and your child is dead? Because God wanted to prove a point with Pharaoh. How would you feel? But through religion, you're not allowed to think that far ahead. You're not even allowed to think that deep. That's too much for you. You're causing contradictions, my brother. You're causing contradictions, man. You're gonna cause strife, my brother. You're causing strife, my brother. My brother, come on. You can't think like that, my brother. God's word, what God do, that's not for us to pursue. We're not supposed to talk about that. We ain't supposed to worry, my brother. Come on, my brother. Please stop. Come on, my brother. My brother, stop. Don't you're causing strife, man. You're gonna cause murmuring. You're going to divide the church, my brother. You're going to divide the people, my brother. You're going to divide. It's not dividing, bro. It's not dividing. It's eternalizing and realizing that these people are playing us. Realizing that these people are giving in a book that literally justifies our destruction, bro. Like literally. It justifies our destruction. Come on, man. You know you're supposed to, God got to do what he got to do. God got to do what? According to who? Why? What did I do? What did my family do? What did my brother do? What did my sister do? What did my cousins do? That's the same way they justify. That's the same way they justify slavery. Oh, come on, man. You know my brother, man. You guys wasn't keeping the commandments, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't keeping the commandments, this is what happens to you, my brother. This is what happens to you, my brother. Then you go to the African people. African people didn't even know what the heck a commandment was. What is this? Remember, when they came and they seen us, they called us savages, bro. They called us savages. They said that we didn't know nothing about God. It's time for us to educate you about God. Because when they seen us tapping in with the universe, getting, chanting, standing by the tree, doing the things that you see brothers doing now, doing the things Dr. Sabi was doing the things that all these herbalist people doing now. You understand? When they seen that this is what we was doing, they was like, nah, because they see the power. Trust me, these people see the power. These people see the power. So what's the first thing that you got to do when you enslave the people? You got to tell them what you used to do is evil, is wicked, is savagery. This is the way you got to operate. You must walk, talk, and move like this. And we did that. And we've been doing that. Now, you know, you reap what you sow, right? Look at what look at what we showing. Look at what we sowing. Or should I say, look at what we showing. Look, tell me, you can't tell me that this is the creator's work. You can't tell me that the creator is putting us to be in this state of mind. You can't tell me. You can't tell me with this with such ideology Africa is still suffering. You can't tell me. You can't tell me because according to the Biblos, the creator only needed Moses. The creator only needed Moses. The God of the Biblos only needed Moses. And Moses changed the whole world. Where's the Moses? All I see in Africa is complaints. Shout out to Abraham that's doing what he's doing out there. Listen, that man breathe that man breathe the air that I breathe. That man's spirit is where my spirit lies. Excuse me, my soul. Our ancestors is related, bro. Like you people like that, yeah. Instant connect. If all the gangsters out of New York and America rally up with this man, son, this is exactly what we need. This is the momentum we need. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Warriors. Warriors. No religion, no division, as we taking back our space. This is the type of time we on. We taking back our space. Wonderful. Phenomenal work, guys. Come on, man. Warrior. This is what I'm talking about. But yet we don't have a Moses. We doing everything down to the T, bro. I've been keeping these commandments for over 10 years, bro. Over 10 years. And I have not seen a single change. I've gained more knowledge and wisdom according to their studies. Like when you learn it, everything that I've learned is literally their literature. I don't know nothing about African culture, bro. I don't know my dances. I don't know my rituals. I don't know nothing. I don't know my chants. I don't even know songs. I don't. But I know a whole lot of Jewish texts. I know a whole lot of Jewish texts. I know a whole lot of European texts. That's a problem. That is a problem. And what's preventing me from tapping into my African culture, religion? Because Hebrew told me that African people was Ham, right? This Bantuism tells me that anything that's outside of the commandments is considered evil, and it's considered evil and judgment. We don't do these things. We don't do such things. But then when you read the story of Jesus, Jesus is doing everything that people in Africa do. Healing, people getting their eyesight back, people getting cursed upon. You know what I'm saying? Give this dude $1. Why not? You give this dude $1. Damn, where's my dollar? I don't got it. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You gotta ask yourself these questions, man. And you gotta ask yourself these questions, man. You know what I mean? Come on now. Like certain things, you gotta really put it in. You gotta put it in its proper perspective, bro. Everything that we've been reading here in America is literally has been created to remove us from our creators, remove us from our heritage, and we literally going against the facts over a belief. We're literally taking a belief over the facts. The fact of the matter is, you come from Africa. That's the fact. The belief comes what you reading in the Biblos, because now it comes. Okay, yeah, we come from Africa. Yeah, we know the creators' names, the creators, plural, never singular. I joint look like I ripped this thing off, man. This joint got me tight right now. Hopefully, when I get up, I can see it. Never. Monotheism is not of African culture, man. It's not in our culture. You guys can force yourself to believe it because you guys are under the ideologies of European colonialism. I'm not a part of that. I know the truth. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to say truth because there's no truth in this world. I know the facts. The fact of the matter is that this is the ideology that was forced upon us. Beaten, by the way. Wasn't it wasn't gradual, people. These people could tell you whatever they want to tell you. I'm telling you the truth. It wasn't, hey man, you want to take this religion? It was like, yo, you better follow this. What's your God? I done did a live. Was it Monday? I did the live for you on Monday and I showed you. Or was it Tuesday? I did the live and I showed you. I did the live on Tuesday and I showed you. Without a shadow of a doubt, I showed you. At the call on. When you look up the name, the definition, by definition, you're going to see that this God, this African God, had a counterpart, which was a female. So it's a male and female. So when you hear the name Sunini, Nanini, it's male and female. I already spoke to people out there, and they justify what I was saying. Yeah, it is male, female energy. It's what that is. The nonsense these people are telling you is lies. It's lies. You got to take it upon yourself to process that. That's not for me. All I could do is take you to the water, bro. All I could do is give you the facts, bro. You gotta put it in your mind and determine if you want to process it. And if you don't and if you don't believe what I'm saying, go ahead and do your studies. Don't go do your studies trying to prove me wrong. Do your studies in order to really find the facts. Because if you try to prove me wrong, I can pull up 50 trillion things to prove somebody wrong. Because your mind is already proving the person wrong. You're not going there with an open heart, open mind to really find who you are and what the heck is going on. You're just there to justify your belief. You're not presenting the facts. You're justifying your beliefs. You gotta go for the facts. That's the only thing that matters. Present your facts. Let me see what you're talking about. Oh, for real? That's how you feel? Yeah. All right. Cool. Say no more. We. You know what I mean? All right. Let me see what you're talking about. Nobody want to do that. Everybody want to prove that their doctrine, like people is in here for clout chasing. Everybody want to prove that their teachings is number one. Nobody ain't got no time for that. I'm not. Listen. I'm open for every type of wisdom. But I'm no longer going to minimize my African culture. I don't care what it is, where it's at. I don't care what it's about. I don't care if it's voodoo, Egyptian. I don't care. Because as a slave that don't know nothing, my last name is not an African last name. I don't know who I am. I'm open to any dialect that's going to bring me closer to Africa, El Kebulan. That's real talk. That's what real man them do. And I allow the ancestors to guide my path. I'm gonna allow the ancestors to guide my path. I'm not about to sit here. I'm not about to sit here and I'm not about to sit here and just listen to text writings by King James who had their hands in slave trades. I'm not about to sit here and listen to Shakespeare who had their hands in the slave trade. I'm not about to listen to that. I'm not about to let that be the end all be all for my understanding of who I am, because I know without a shadow of a doubt that the end all be all is not in that book, because that book has nothing to do with me. It does not resonate with us. You have to force yourself to accept that. There's no way on God's green earth does the word of God does not connect with their children once they hear it. You have to force yourself to read this Bible. Brothers and sisters, to this day, even in this awakening, niggas ain't reading this Bible. Only time they reading the Bible is when Saturday coming about, Sabbath coming about. Oh, I'm gonna open the book. I'm gonna read. I want to meditate. I want to pray. I want to give all thanks to. You gonna ask people right now, pull up a precept. They're not gonna be able to pull it for you, because everybody's the sheep and cattle. The only people that's able to shoot their precepts are those that's reading for a purpose, right? So if I'm reading to edify and gather you to follow my religion or my congregation, I'm gonna be well sharpened. But the average person, even in this awakening, you be like, yo, such and such, they don't know what's that about. Yo, can you pull this up? Oh, I gotta find it. Google search, because this is facts. And I'm saying this because enough is enough. Enough is enough. We're not coming into the understanding of what's going on. You've been lied to. That's it. Just accept it for what it is. Damn, son, these people lied to me. Damn, these people violated. Damn, these people did, etc., etc. You gotta come to that realization to that. You have to come to that realization to that. You have to. You have to come into the realization that you've been lied to. There's nothing wrong with admitting that you've been lied to. There's nothing wrong to admit that, damn, you didn't know no better. There's nothing wrong with that. That's how you grow. That's what comes with growth. Just understanding, like, damn, son, I really was teaching this. Me, listen, my pain is worse than yours, because I was teaching this to you guys. I was telling you guys that you have to do this, and if you don't do that, you're gonna. I got videos, thousands of videos talking this, thousands of videos in talking this. From Sabbath talk to December conversation to now the verdict. After processing all December conversation, all this Sabbath talk, out came the verdict. And the verdict is quite simple. Our people are living off beliefs, insertions, and assumptions. And that is not even logical. That's not even reality. That's like a child growing up believing that Superman is the only superhero in the world. That's like a child growing up believing that Santa Claus was real. That's a child growing up believing that Easter was about Jesus. This is where we at. This is what happens when you live your life off beliefs. You gotta believe, my brother. You gotta believe, my brother. You gotta believe, my brother. All these brothers sound the same. Same story. I can't make this stuff up. You gotta believe, my brother. Do you not believe in Sunini Nanini? I believe in the creators. I don't believe in that story. I believe they exist. I believe that, I believe that they gave us life. I don't believe I don't believe that they allow us to be in servitude. That I don't believe. I don't believe it. I don't believe that because we they keep commandments is the reason why we in these circumstances. That I don't believe. That I do not believe. Do you believe? I believe in my Creator. I believe in my people. I love my people. I don't believe the lie. I don't believe the lie, nor do I justify it. I stand by it. That I don't believe. That I do not believe. That I will never give hands to. That I would never support. That I would never justify an atrocity so severe that happened to my people. I'm not gonna believe and take accountability for that. That I'm not going to do. I am not going to take accountability for something that happened to my ancestors. That I'm not going to do. I'm super late right now. That I'm not going to do. And there's absolutely nothing that can be done to make me believe and make me accept that. And that's what I'm telling my people. We're not going to accept that. We're not gonna go justify we're not gonna justify atrocities that happen to us. We're not gonna justify atrocities that happen to us and take accountability for that. I'm not. I'm not taking accountability for that. My ancestors don't deserve accountability for that. There's no reason why something so horrific ain't got to be passed on to our children. No, you got to think about that. This is what they use to justify what they did to us, because that's what they said. Oh, because you guys don't believe in God, God told me to bring religion or the understanding of Jesus, your Savior, or Lord Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, Yahushua. I came to bring this to you. And if you do not accept this, you will be killed and destroyed. And the people said, no, we are good. And guess what they did? They killed and destroyed. They violated and violated and violated and violated and violated some more. You understand? That's what exactly what they did. This is facts. This is not opinions. This is not a belief. This is not an insertion. This is not an assumption. These are the facts. This is the fact. This is the facts. I'm not going to believe or accept what happened to my people and justify it by saying we ain't keep the commandments. That's why God allowed a bunch of people to be taken from their homes, a bunch of children to be taken from their homes, violated. You telling me all of that happened because we ain't keep no blood clot commandments, no bomb clot. What? Your niggas is crazy. You justify this genocide. 70 million, 90 million black boys, girls, men, women, and elder. You telling me 90 million was justified because my them didn't keep the commands? Nah, that don't add up, fam. Nah, pimp. We ain't doing that. Mm-mm. No, sir. No, sir. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that at all, actually. We're not doing that. Mm-mm. I'm not gonna live my life. I'm not even gonna live my life with such ideologies. I'm not even gonna live my life even thinking like that. I'm not even gonna even put that in my forefront. You think I'm about to tell my children this? I got my little man who's on the verge of being a warrior. You think I'm about to tell him, yeah, man, you know, you ain't keep the commandments. This is why you in these circumstances. And you know he's gonna say, so what do we do now, Daddy? I'm gonna say, we just gotta wait for Sunini Nanini to redeem us and set us free. You know, he's breaking the chains. He's breaking the chains. I'm not teaching my son that, man. That niggas is crazy. That niggas is crazy. That niggas is crazy. That niggas is crazy. That niggas don't lose your minds if you think that I'm teaching that to my niggas. You think I'm teaching that to my son. You think I'm telling that to my people. And yeah, I said the word niggas because niggas means it meant royalty. The niggas. Know your history. That's why they demonize it and make it look like a bad word. They use the word nigger to mock you like they do every other thing that's black and beautiful. Wake up. You understand? Just telling you what it is, man. This is facts. Just telling you what it is, man. I'm not gonna tell my child that. Cause guess what's gonna tell my son? Just sit back and relax. Change gonna come. Kind of Martin Luther King nonsense are we teaching our people? I'm not telling my child that. I tell my child, listen, these are your enemies. You understand? Don't be bringing none of these enemies to my house. Don't we can work. We can be cordial. We can make money. We can do whatever. But as far as, and when I say the enemy, I'm talking about the whole systematic structure. And if people's taking advantage of it, listen. If I was in your shoes, I would do the same thing too. If I was in your shoes, I wouldn't want to be around. I wouldn't be around the people I'm violating too. Make it make sense. The reason why they putting us together now is because they already got the world how they want it. They got the fishermen running active. They got the boys losing their minds, girls losing their minds. They got the world just how they want it. So now all they're gonna do is gonna be easy prey, easy prey. When the time comes, when the switch go on and things go on, it's gonna be easy prey. This is facts. Listen to me, man. You could just see it going on right now. When I see them living in the Bronx, in the trenches, I'm talking about in the trenches. These people are in the trenches, areas where now I wouldn't even live. They're there. All types, by the way. All types, by the way. All types, by the way. They're there, fully active. Kind of pick something up, drop it off. I'm seeing where I'm going. I'm going to Washington Heights. Now listen. Now anybody that's from New York City know about Washington Heights. Where I was at, listen, full-fledged fisherman, Euro. Come on, thank you. I'm like, yo, where am I? Isn't this not the hood? Isn't this not the trenches? But they're here now. This is exactly what they want. Exactly what they wanted. Because now it's about survival. It's about survival, bro. They're trying to infuse themselves. They're trying to stop population. They're trying to unleash this foolish agenda, this bati boy agenda. They trying to pass it on to all the children. You know what I'm saying? They rather listen. There those that's out there that's literally said that I'm not attractive to fisherman. I like the man them that go both ways. Those are the man them I want. I like the man them that's curious. I like the man them that got a woman already. That that's exceptional. That's what they saying, bro. These are the things that they saying, bro. Or I like them. Or I like the ones that That's what they saying, bro. This ain't me that's saying that, bro. That's what they saying, fam. Man, them want the big fish, you heard? Niggas want the fish and the crab legs, you heard? That's what they saying. This is not even me saying that, pimp. I'm like, oh nah, these dudes is really something else. This is what they're saying. This is what they're doing, bro. Damn, I'm supposed to bust this to the right here. This is what they're saying, bro. These dudes want the mandem, bro. Mandem say, I don't want no fish of mine. I like the one that's cross dressing, cross hitting, playing baseball in the Holocaust. That's the ones they want, bro. This is facts. Mocking females. Aha. Why you thinking this guy, man? He out here. Facts, pimp. That's what's going on out here in these streets. That's what's going on out here in these streets. This is going on out here in these streets, man. And we don't see that. This is what's going on out here in these streets, man. And we don't see that. That's very alarming to me. Very alarming. We don't see that. We don't question that. We don't say nothing. This is what they doing, bro. I'm never teaching my children that. Telling my children what time it is. My son will know the facts. I'm gonna never teach my children such ideologies ever again, ever in my life. Will I ever teach such ideologies to my children? My son coming up, he won't know nothing about no Biblos. He won't know nothing about no commands. He won't know nothing about that. My son, his name is Soldier in the East Coast language. So I already got my son in the right direction. Now the goal is to teach him his African culture. So get this bread. We taking a trip to Africa, taking a family trip, taking everybody, including my mother. My mother needs to touch that soil. We're going home and we're gonna dwell there for a couple of weeks and we're gonna come back more juvenated because while I'm out there, I'm gonna go set up shop. I'm gonna go interview the people. I'm gonna go find out what I need to find out because what we are being told here just isn't it. And with that being said, people, it's your brother, man, from the motherland, man. Came to you guys. I got a meeting. You know what I'm saying? But you know what time it is, man.